that you have about this property. Amos, I will not take any more time. I'll let you talk about the property, talk Dolder Grand further. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Anamika. It's a huge pleasure to be here. Thank you for this opportunity. TBO has been, over the last few years, a very strong partner of ours and has been growing ever since. I can say today TBO is our biggest supporter when it comes to tour operators. So thank you very much. And again, pleasure to be on here. My name is Amos. I look after India, but also the whole of Asia. Some of you might have met me already. I'm in India quite frequently. I try to be there twice a year. In fact, I'm coming again next year in March. So hopefully, perhaps there's a chance to meet somewhere. I'm attending Luxury Tribe as well, which is going to be a great opportunity to meet some other agents. I'm going to share my screen now with you so I can start the presentation.
So while Amos is sharing his screen, just let us know in the chat section who has already sold Dolder Grand before and know about the property. You are on mute, Amos.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm sharing my screen.
Is there anybody who has already sold Dolder Grand or know about the property before? You are, yes, Zaim has sold the property. Perfect. So we have some people who are joining us who have already sold the property before for their clients. So we are already also going to uncover a few more details to you which you didn't know about. So make sure you also listen to those. Amos, you're still on mute. I would suggest you, while you also turn the audio on, you also take the icon of optimize your screen. Maybe that can be an issue.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm sharing my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Again, a very warm welcome to Zurich. I have a huge pleasure to present you a little bit about Zurich, of course, the destination, the region, but also, of course, the very well-known Dolder Grand. And I'd like to start with a few nice pictures of Zurich. And a lot of people think Zurich is all about banks and insurances. And in the past, actually, Indians only used Zurich as a gateway to other destinations in Switzerland. But since the pandemic, Indians have discovered Zurich as a destination in itself. And that is due to many reasons. Of course, it's a very vibrant city. It's the financial capital of Switzerland. And it's also a very cultural city. It's very international. I believe the most spoken language today is English rather than Swiss German, because Zurich has one of the highest life qualities in the world, and it attracts a lot of labor from all over the world to work in Zurich. We have some very big corporations and companies based here in Zurich, such as a Google, to give you one example, with about 4,000 engineers working in Zurich, and they are from all over the world. So Zurich has changed a lot in the last 10 years and has become very cosmopolitan and international. Has a very nice vibe, and it's shaped by rivers and lakes. It's surrounded by water. So the nice thing about Zurich is, again, it's an all-year destination, so you can really embrace those different seasons throughout the year. You might not know Zurich has a 2,000-year history. There's a lot to discover when you do a city tour in town, and I do recommend that for your clients. If you book them in Zurich, to book a city tour, a historic city tour. Zurich has 50 museums, over 2,300 restaurants. It has an absolutely exquisite opera, and is full of traditions. We have so many festivals happening throughout the year, especially during the warmer months, such as the great techno street festival with 1 million people on the streets of Zurich raving to techno music, but also guild events, and of course our Christmas markets that are taking place in the third week of November up until Christmas. So that's definitely also worth a visit. The Dolder Grand is based on the hill where you can see the logo. Zurich is a very hilly city, so you might call it a mountain, but actually it's only a small hill, and we are elevated from the city, which gives us a very unique standing when you look at the whole picture. We are 20 minutes away from the airport and 13 minutes away from the city center. That's 1-3. So we are basically in the middle of nature, but at the same time, so close to the city. A lot of guests today, and especially Indian guests, use Zurich as a hub to visit more places in Switzerland. They stay 3 to 4 nights in Zurich, so they can then travel to other destinations like Mount Titlis Engelberg, which is only an hour and a half drive away. Lucerne is only an hour drive away. The Rhine Falls, the biggest waterfall in Europe, is only an hour and a half drive away. Even the capital Bern is only an hour and a half drive away. So that's a very unique location in the north central Switzerland that you can easily do a mono destination trip to Zurich. I help my partners to get access to some of the local businesses. If you want to do more in Zurich than the chocolate factory and the usual boat trip, I can help you receiving some luxury experiences in the city with those partners that I have, whether that's a goldsmith or a silversmith, or you want to learn more about the diamonds with Bucherer, one of the greatest diamond collectors in Switzerland, or even get you access to some of the watch brands, manufacturing plants like Bulgari, Jägerle, Gültchen, Chacadro. Just reach out to me. I will be happy to support you with some unique experiences for your clients. And of course, talking about the Lind Museum, that is always on the list, of course, when you travel to Zurich. Then anything on the river really and on the lake, like canoeing, a boat trip. But also don't forget, we have some city vineyards, just like Vienna has. We have multiple vineyards inside the city of Zurich, and this is quite unique. You don't find many places with vineyards in a city. And right at our doorstep, some of you know, we have a large open-air ice skating rink, only 5-minute walk from the Dolder, where you can learn how to ice skate, where you can bring your kids as well, and you can learn how to play Bavarian curling, a simple version of curling, but also the real Olympic sport curling in our curling hall right next to the ice skating rink, only a stone's throw away from the Dolder. This is all complimentary for hotel guests. So feel free to reach out if this is of any interest. The Dolder Grand consists of 3 buildings, and this is pretty new. It was fully refurbished back in 2009 by the great Norman Foster. It's is an architectural masterpiece that contains historical parts, but also very modern parts. And again, we are elevated from the city, So you have this feeling of exclusivity and privacy nestled in a forest, but then again, so close to the city center. It only takes you 13-minute drive to go down to the city. And I'll come to the transportation options in a moment that are included. The traditional main building dates back 126 years. And in fact, it was always a hotel. It was a cure house, a place of relaxation and unwinding, and still is today, of course. The modern wings, again, were built in 2009, and they are round shaped. So you can see how unique the architecture is. And if you know Norman Foster's work, like he did the Gherkin in London, the Millennium Bridge in London, the Reichstag, the government building in Berlin, it's very much like those buildings, and it's very sleek and modern with lots of windows, and it's very light. So it was quite an achievement to get such a refurbishment through the government. And one of the reasons why the government appreciated this is because it's nestled so nicely in nature, and the buildings are organic, so it resembles nature itself. But again, you have the traditional main building, which gives you a traditional Swiss experience. So what's nice for your clients is they can choose where they want to stay. Do they want to have a modern experience, or do they prefer a more classic experience in the main building? Today, we stand as the city resort of Zurich with our 175 bedrooms, large spa of 4,000 square meters, that's 43,000 square feet, 5 restaurants, a golf course, a tennis court, and of course, our ice skating rink right at our Dolder that I mentioned already. So you see, you can book the Dolder for multiple nights, and you don't even need to leave it. As Annika pointed out, it's a destination in itself, absolutely. The interiors reach from classic to very modern, and everywhere you are in the hotel, you have a slightly different experience. Your eyes will never get tired, I promise you that. We do celebrate the seasons at the Dolder like Zurich does as well, with the Easter egg that we create every Easter with 12,000 flower blossoms to a large Christmas tree. We have 120 art pieces throughout the hotel, from Salvador Dali to Botero, Munoz, Miro, you name it, it's all in public areas for hotel guests to enjoy. Next to each artwork, we have a QR code that guests can scan with their device and learn more about the art if they wish to do so. We call it a self-guided art tour. When you stay at Dolder, and I'm aware there is a distance to the city center. Once you are in the city center, for those who have never been in Zurich, most of the attractions are in walking distance. So you don't need to worry about getting around once you are in the city center. But at the Dolder Grand, since we are elevated and we are surrounded by nature, this bike shows exactly where we are situated in beautiful Swiss nature, surrounded by green. It does take 13-minute drive to go to the city center. But we have also a funicular station inside of the hotel that brings you down to the museum area. It runs every 10 minutes and is the most convenient way to go into the city if you want to go to the museum. From there, it's only about 12-minute walk from the station to the biggest museum in Switzerland, called the Kunsthaus, the art house, in a Chipperfield building with an astonishing art collection. The best way to go shopping from the Dolder is our shuttle service that is complimentary, and it goes to the city center every hour, 7 days a week. So carrying shopping bags, you might not want to take the funicular, choose the city shuttle. It's very easy and convenient. Now, some of you also know that we have complimentary BMWs for hotel guests to use during their stay. No matter what room category, whether you're staying in a double room or a suite, you can rent a free car during your stay. And those are all BMWs, the newest versions. We have a selection of 3 to 5 cars available throughout the year that are first come, first serve. And if you do make a booking through TBO, you let me know separately and then tell me you'd like to book a car and I block it for you. And you can block it as long as you like. So again, like I said earlier, it's so convenient to travel to places from Zurich. You can use one of the cars to travel to Lucerne, Mount Titlis, or maybe even the Rhine Falls. Also, for the more sportive guests, we offer e-bikes. Our zoo, the Zurich Zoo, is only about a 10-minute e-bike drive away. Take your kids to the zoo. We also offer complimentary tickets to the zoo. You can let me know and I can block them for you after you made your booking through TBO. Talking about bedrooms, and I'm very proud to show you some of the most beautiful rooms here. But of course, we have to talk about the entry-level rooms. And below, you can see the double room category in the modern wing. And as you remember, I told you, there is a difference between the main building and the modern wings. The top picture is the junior suite with the bathroom, jacuzzi function bathtub. The idea is you sit in the bathtub and you overlook the lake and the city. That's the way the bathroom is constructed. With the subcategory deluxe and grand, you always have guaranteed lake view. That's guaranteed. With the subcategory superior, you have forest view or inner court view. The below category, you can see the double room has 40 square meters. We have some of the largest entry-level categories in Zurich. And when we go to the traditional main building, you have more classic experience. So these are the more classic rooms in the traditional main building. Again, we have a double room and a junior suite. The same categories as before. So what's really important is you can speak to clients about what kind of experience they want to have at the Dolder, and we will allocate the rooms accordingly. There is many interconnecting options available. At the Dolder Grand, you can always interconnect a junior suite with a double room. But you can also interconnect many suites with additional bedrooms, such as here the historic suite deluxe, a very unique suite in the main building where we can add up to 4 bedrooms in total. One of our modern suite, we call it one of our presidential suite, the Carezza suite, inspired by Alberto Giacometti, an artist who used to stay at the Dolder Grand during the golden times. A 2-bedroom suite on 280 square meters. We also have the Maestro suite, inspired by Karajan, Herbert von Karajan, the great musician, a duplex suite on 2 floors with 2 bedrooms, large dining room, very well-equipped kitchen, rooftop lounge with 360-degree over Zurich. And that's just to name a few. When we talk about culinary experiences, please do not look further. We have some of the greatest restaurants in Zurich here at the Dolder Grand. We start off with the Salt. This is one of our 5 restaurants on property. Salt serves all-day dining, international cuisine, some Swiss elements, of course. Julian May, the chef, has been with us for 17 years, and he's very reputable in Zurich. The Salz has 15 Gourmet points and has a beautiful terrace overlooking the lake. Our breakfast in the restaurant Salz, in fact, has been awarded Best Hotel Breakfast in Switzerland last year. If you book a rate through TBO, please make sure you include the breakfast in the rate. That is really an experience. The restaurant, the highest ranked restaurant in Zurich, 2 Michelin stars, 19 Gourmet points. It's very well known because, of course, Heiko Nieder has also been with us for many years since the reopening in 2009, also 17 years. And he's very well known for making an unusual flavor combination. Please, if you have clients who appreciate the finer things in life, such as nouvelle cuisine, degustation menus. We have 6 or 8 course degustation menu in this restaurant that you can choose from, even if they don't stay at the Dolder Grand, and I will never understand why. They stay in the city center, send them up, get them through the door, let them enjoy a meal in our beautiful restaurant. Or in Mikuria, a Japanese omakase restaurant, 8 seats only, very intimate experience with the chef. Our vegan restaurant, and this is great for Indian travelers who are vegetarian. We have a vegan restaurant in the middle of our vegetable and herb garden. It's from farm to table concept. You see the chef picking up the vegetable, the herbs in the garden and preparing it directly in an open air kitchen. Very unique experience, must visit for vegetarians. And a pop-up where we change the concept every 3 months. So there's always something different here. At the moment, we have the Lobster Club with lobster dishes and seafood. And we will change again to a different concept in a couple of months, which will be the Grand Heritage, where we celebrate the classic French cuisine, always with a Dolder Grand twist. Of course, everybody knows the spa, and I'd like to mention, of course, historically, like I said earlier, we have always been a place of relaxation and unwinding. In the past, it used to be the proximity to nature, and today we have our 4,000 square meter spa, and the spa is complimentary for all hotel guests, from all the guests from the age of 12. For smaller guests, we offer a kids room. Now, the spa contains a large indoor swimming pool, 25 meters, jacuzzi, steam baths, saunas, some jets for muscular relaxation. Then we have a separate ladies and gents area with their own jacuzzi, steam baths, and saunas. Those are our nudist areas, and for that reason, they are separated. We have a large outdoor area with jacuzzis, relaxation areas on different levels in the middle of nature. And you have really some fantastic views from our spa balcony. Absolutely beautiful. And for the ones who come in summer and want to experience snow and ice, we have a snow and ice room in the spa as well. We have some medical packages available at the Dolder Grand, but we're not a Chenopalas or a Clinic La Prairie. We are a place where we treat the medical offering from a lighter side. You can always enjoy spa treatments and some medical treatments with us, but at the same time have a nice glass of champagne in the canvas bar and lounge. So the idea is really just to offer some additions to the stay where we can help you to curate something special for your clients if they do want to do something during their visit in Zurich. Of course, we have a very extensive spa menu with massages, shiatsu, facial treatments, physiotherapy. We have a very well-equipped gym. I have a lot of corporate travelers coming and stay at Dolder only because of our gym, because it's so well equipped. And we have 14 treatment rooms. We have some of the top spa treatments here with La Prairie certified treatments. So you cannot go any better than that. Our products reach from La Prairie to Margis, Monte Carlo, and Amala, which is an organic product. At the Dolder Grand, we are a place of celebration. So if that's the most important day of your life, such as a wedding, for example, we have 15 meeting and event spaces across all 3 buildings. I know some of you might not plan events, but who knows, if you ever need to celebrate in Zurich, this is the place to be. With our 15 meeting and event spaces from 10 up to 700 delegates, we can do practically anything, really. Now, to put it in short, what makes the Dolder unique to finish up the presentation? I think the combination of relaxation with the spa and the nearby nature, the culinary offering on the highest level, and the cultural aspects like the art and the architecture. I think we are a hotel for all senses. Keep it in mind when you plan for your clients, whether that's a Swiss trip or a Zurich trip or maybe a European trip. Put Zurich on the radar, and we will do something really, really special for them. Now, ski season is coming up. I would like you to think when they arrive, make them stay in Zurich for a couple of nights. If they do go to St. Moritz, for example, they will always land in Zurich. Make them stay for 2 nights minimum in Zurich, enjoy the cultural and the urban side of Switzerland, and then make them continue the journey to the ski destination. You know, it's very easy to get around by trains in Switzerland. Of course, most of you know, is the most convenient way to travel in Switzerland. And in Zurich, we have the largest train station in Switzerland. So take the train from the main train station. We bring them to the train station with the transfer and make them continue their journey to their ski destination, or on the way back, make them stay in Zurich for a couple of nights. I'm your man in Zurich. If you need anything, you can reach out to me anytime. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, Amos, once again. It was a lovely presentation, let me tell you first. And oh my God, I was sold on the fact that the only the view that it is providing, the properties providing are just to die for, and including coupling it up with the spa, the experiential spa, the art, and even the two Michelin star restaurants that are there. Even when the thing that you had covered, wherein you change the setting of the restaurant, you bring up new aspect to it, new touch to it. These are a few things that people look up for. People do not want to go to the same property to experience the same thing, and this is exactly what Dolder Grand is tapping onto, and this is exactly what we are also offering to all of you. So make sure you add Dolder Grant into your itinerary every time you book with TBO, because you get extra added on perks when you book with TBO. Not only the ones that are there on the platform, you will see the early check-ins, the F&B vouchers, but also the free zoo voucher that obviously Amos had already covered, the free car service wherein you can take the car, the BMWs, and roll it around the whole city and come back to the same view that you were looking for. This is exactly why we had said Dolder Grand is the only property you should think of when you think of Zurich, or let me say Switzerland for all. So, without further ado, let me quickly go on to the questions that our audience had. Feel free to ask your question. This is your time, because after this, we are going to move on to the very exciting part of this session, which is going to be the quiz section. So before that, make sure it might be possible that you ask the same question that we have up onto our quiz as well. Okay, so the first question that we have here is, 30 minutes from this. Okay. How far is the Dolder Grand from Zurich's city center and airport?
13 minutes, 1-3, from the city
It is
center,
all right.
20 minutes from the airport.
Okay. Jackie had asked, does the BMW come in complimentary for every guest, or is it
Yes,
any VIP service?
for every
Perfect.
guest.
Yes, but Jackie, make sure you put it in advance. Make sure you ask for it so that you don't lose out on this free complimentary thing, because obviously no, not everybody want to lose out onto these complimentary things that come handy. Moving
It's
on, the
on
next
a
question
first
is,
come, first serve basis, yes. And I also, like Anima said, you have to pre-book it. I really recommend that to avoid disappointment. Absolutely.
we are getting the same questions. Is the ride offer for all guests? Yes, it is open for all, but it is first come, first serve. Definitely, this is one of the perks and one of the major highlight of this session today. What kind of dining options are available at the hotel?
We have 5 restaurants at the hotel. From Salz all day dining to a 2 Michelin star restaurant, which is called The Restaurant, a pop-up where we change the concept every 3 months, a vegan restaurant called Blooms in the middle of our vegetable and herb garden, and our Japanese omakase restaurant, Mikuria.
Got it. How many BMWs we have?
Between 3 and 5, that's seasonal.
That's surely going to be the highlight of the session. The next question is, Zurich has several high-end properties. How does Dolder Grand justify its premium pricing when compared to the other properties, the competitive ones?
It's a very good question. I think it's the location and the service levels that we are offering at the hotel. And don't forget, we're the only hotel in Zurich that has an extensive spa. Um, if you want to incorporate a wellness aspect to your stay, I truly recommend to choose the Dolder Grand.
Got it. You heard it, guys. This is why you should always choose for Dolder Grand, and that also justifies the price it has. Moving on, the next question is, are there any seasonal offerings we should highlight while we are selling it?
Any off seasons?
Any seasonal offerings that you provide?
Absolutely. There is multiple offerings that we provide, such as a 4-for-3 offer, for example. So you pay 3, but you stay 4 nights for someone who wants to stay a bit longer in Zurich. But then, of course, like I mentioned, we celebrate the different seasons at the Dolder Grand.
Yes.
So we would have seasonal packages as well throughout the year.
Okay, so the next question is, do you provide shuttle service and are there any timings for that if you do?
Yes, we do. We have a city shuttle that goes from the hotel main entrance to the city center. And this is the most convenient way to go to the city and return, of course, if you do some shopping. It runs every hour, 7 days a week, from morning to evening.
Got it. Is Indian food a part of any of your menus in the restaurant?
Oh, that's another very good question. I am working on a Indian pop-up. You know, I mentioned that we have a pop-up where we change the concept every quarter, and I'm currently working. I'm trying to promote an Indian pop-up at some point in the next, let's say, couple of years. But nothing is set in stone yet, of course. We do not have, at the moment, Indian cuisine at the Dolder Grand. But what we do is we offer some tweaks in our Salz restaurant where the chef is extremely flexible to cater for all guests. So if you have a particular guest who appreciates an Indian spiced meal, reach out to me. We can arrange that, no problem. But don't forget, there is about 35 Indian restaurants in Zurich. Between restaurants and takeaways, there is many options in Zurich if you want to have some Indian food.
Is there, Amos, is there any funicular option that we get when we come to the property?
A funicular, absolutely. We have a funicular station inside of the hotel that brings you down to the Römerhof station. It runs every 10 minutes. And once you are at Römerhof station, so it's very convenient to get there from the hotel. Once you're there, there is a pharmacy. There is also some grocery shopping options there and the bank.
Wow.
If you want to go further from the Römerhof station, you can take several trams to the lake or to the main train station if you want to use public transportation. So from door to door, from the Dolder Grand to the main train station, it's 24 minutes by public transportation. I did it myself. So that's guaranteed. But what you can also do from the Römerhof station, from the funicular end station, you can take about a 12-minute walk, and then you are already in the biggest museum in Switzerland called the Kunsthaus. From the Kunsthaus, you walk another 15 minutes down to the lake, and you pass all the local art galleries. So if you want to do a bit of an art visit in Zurich, that's a very nice route you can take. And if you're interested, you can reach out to me. I can explain you more.
Wow. I mean, it does add to one of the perks that the property has to provide. Coming back to the perks, is there any specific added-on perk that Dolder Grand provides only to their guests, but not to any walk-in people? Resident only.
Do you mean in our
The resident only offers.
So of course, only hotel guests can access the spa, uh, complimentary. For external guests, there is quite a high charge for the spa, which comes as a credit for spa treatments. But the spa is really 90% exclusively there for our hotel guests.
Okay.
Then again, I mentioned the ice skating rink. Our guests have exclusive access to our ice skating rink. And what I didn't mention in the presentation, because it's currently under refurbishment, we have a large area in the Dolder Grand for bathing. So it's a open air bathing spot in the middle of the forest. And this is a very nice spot for children with a mini golf course. So that will be reopening in spring next year. Guests, again, have complimentary access to that. Guests also have access to the zoo on a complimentary basis, first come, first serve the tickets, and also the Kunsthaus, the art house that I mentioned earlier as well, which is exclusively for hotel guests too. But our outlets, they are all accessible for all guests. And no matter whether you're staying somewhere else or at the Dolder Grand, we want you to also promote our restaurants, of course, even though they are not staying at the Dolder.
All right. Speaking of the spa, we have very many questions around the spa. Do you provide it complimentary to all the services that you have in the spa, or is it just limited services that come as complimentary and there are added advanced services that you charge for? How is it?
So yes, absolutely. So the gym, our group fitness classes, there is several fitness classes you can take part in. You just have to register with our spa reception, from body pump to boot camp, yoga, meditation, even TRX, flying yoga. It's all complimentary for hotel guests. The access to the spa and to all the spa areas is complimentary. We also have a spa cafe in the spa for some snacks between treatments. But when we talk about treatments, they come with an extra cost. So any massages, shiatsu, physiotherapy, beauty treatments such as facial, manicure, pedicure, they come with an extra charge.
Got it. So next question is, how does the location, slightly away from the city center, obviously, work when selling to HNI clients or the families? The
Yes. For families, of course, sometimes, you're worried in a city, you don't want to be in the city with a family. And I think the hotel is perfect a location for a family. You can let the kids run around. You don't need to be worried at all. We're about 3-minute walk away from the forest. There is a beautiful forest path that you can take from the Dolder inside the forest, through a picnic area where you can play with the kids, to the very end, to the edge, where you have a beautiful chalet restaurant as well, where if you need to take a break. We have a kids room as well in the hotel. So if you wish to take some downtime in the spa, you can give the kids to the kids room during supervised hours on the weekend. And of course, there is so many other options nearby. Like I mentioned, the public swimming pool in the summer with the mini golf, the ice skating rink where you can learn how to ice skate with the kids. It's a real family hotel. And when we talk about HNIs, with all the details that I mentioned earlier, HNIs, they appreciate the finer things in life. And with the art and with the many different culinary options and our exquisite rooms and suites and our fantastic views over the lake in Zurich and the sense of privacy and exclusivity that high net worth individuals are looking for when they come to Zurich, but with very good accessibility to airport and the city, I think we should be the #1 hotel.
You're
I'm not
muted,
hearing you, Anamika. You're muted.
Annika, you're muted.
My bad. So, Let me just quickly pick a few more questions. I know we are running out of time, so we'll move on to the videos again to give them a better view of Dolder Grand once again, now that they know pretty much all the things about it. So the next question is, can a child below 12 left alone in a children area? If yes, what will be the minimum age of the child who can stay alone in that area?
In the kids room, from the age of 3 to any age above, of course. For more smaller children, we would recommend a nanny that we could organize, for example.
Okay. And is the nanny service complimentary or will it be overhead charge for them?
That will be an extra charge, yes. Anything that involves labor in Switzerland would involve an extra charge. Absolutely. Yeah. But we have some very good relationships with the local nannies nearby.
Noted. I think we should pick up the next few questions after the videos that we have to showcase. So, to all the people who have just seen the presentation, we have walked them to each and every amenity and offerings that we had to offer. Let me just quickly take you back to the beginning of our session, the video. Let me quickly show you a complete video of Dolder Grand once again, highlighting each and every part of the property to you, including the new part and the old building as well. this video only speaks about Dolder Grand in multiple folds that we couldn't. So yes, the property itself sold the rooms already for most of our attendees today. That is what I'm sure about. I quickly had added a question in the chat section that what is one thing that you liked about Dolder Grand the most? So there are a few answers that we already have. There are the lavish rooms that some people liking about this property, the view of the Lake Zurich. Obviously, that is also one of the highlight. The Solder Grand itself, the location, luxury offerings, yes, scenic location, spa. Yes, the spa is one of the highlight indeed. So without further ado, let me quickly share one more screen. Now that we have already talked about the property, how does it look, what all amenities it have, let me quickly show you how can you book it on TBO. It's a quick walkthrough video, very short video of how you can discover Dolder Grand Zurich in the first place on TBO holidays and Travel Boutique Online for the people who are joining us from India. Just so you know, we also have very heavy deals live on our platform. So people who are joining us from the India market, we are providing a flat 4,500 off on the booking of 1,90,000 for on in this Dollar Grand property. So make sure you book it right now because the offer ends by the end of this month. So this is your cue to book this property. And also for the people who are joining us from the GCC Middle East market, we are providing flat 2% off on the minimum booking of 100 USD. So this is also an offer for all the people who are joining us from the Middle East market. Make sure you make most of these offers because not only the prices are competitive, we are also providing overhead discount on it and the extra heavy, extra added value adds that you are going to get obviously with TBO. Let me share my screen and walk you through the entire platform. It's not a hotel, it's a kingdom. Harsimran, thank you so much for saying that. It's indeed a kingdom. We have also shared a link in the chat section for the people who can download the app and be ready for the quiz. All right, so this was about how to book Dollar Grand from TBO. Let me quickly share my screen. You can also tap the link and download the app to play the quiz. Also, let me quickly share my screen and you can scan the QR code and join the quiz right away. So you will land on Travel Bytes. Make sure you download the Travel Bytes app. You will be able to play the quiz from the app only. To the people who are done downloading the app, there's a trophy icon on your app. Click onto it. You will be able to play the quiz from there. Please share the link. Let me quickly share the link once again. Please download the app from this link, or you can also directly scan the QR code. You will be able to land onto, if you're using iOS, you land onto your App Store. If you're using Android, you land onto the Play Store, download the quiz, and you can go about it. Meanwhile, Amos, while people are downloading the app, let me quickly pick up a few more questions that we had. Is the property pet friendly?
Yes, absolutely. There is a small surcharge of 50 Swiss francs per pet, but yes, to most outlets, you can take your pet. Absolutely, yes. We love dogs and we love cats, and we've also had birds here, so no problem.
Got it. Moving on. So the next question is, Uh, does the hotel cater to halal-friendly services for dining options?
We have a Lebanese restaurant. It's not a Lebanese, it's a Lebanese pop-up once per year during the Middle East travel season. Firas is one of the best Lebanese chefs in Switzerland, and he cooks also for our in-room dining menu and also for restaurant salts. But it's not halal. It's just Middle East food generally.
So if the visitors were to ask for an added service, the halal food as an added service, if they provide you a notification prior to their arrival, will that be provided to
Absolutely.
them?
Absolutely, can be organized, yeah.
Got it. So when you said you also provide VIP services, what all inclusions are there in the VIP services?
Which VIP services?
Apart from the interconnected rooms, do you also provide any VIP services where you don't have to go stroll around the property all once again? You can directly go to your room through a special
Oh,
elevator for the
yes, of
VIP?
course. So all our suites include butler service. And so the butler prepares the stay, accompanies the guest during their stay, and would, of course, orchestrate everything what is happening at the hotel directly with the guest. So the guest doesn't have multiple point of contacts. He can always go through the butler directly. Also for the suites, of course, any suites, even the entry-level suites in the main building, we can do an in-room check-in. So the guest can go directly to their room. Absolutely.
Perfect. So I think we have given you plenty amount of time to join our quiz. So let me quickly share my screen and we'll see who all have joined our quiz.
Let's see if you paid attention.
Yes. So 15 people are already here, 27, 30, Anmol, Shilpa, Rais. People are adding up quickly. I am going to give you 10 more seconds, not minutes, to join in as soon as possible. Jay Kumar, Jaspir. So just in case if you're unable to download the app through the QR code, make sure you click onto the link that is available in the chat section. Pradeep, Ashwini, Path, Pasim, Jaspir, 51 people are here. We had more than 130 people on attending our session today. Make sure you participate because I don't think you should let this opportunity go by your hand. When you get to experience the property firsthand, we are providing 2 free night stay at this property for 2 adults, obviously, and it also comes with complimentary breakfast. So you will also get to experience the not only the stay, but the food, everything complimentary. Let's see. All right, five. I'm going to start the quiz. Five, four, three, two, and one. Let's see the first question. Which global pop star was granted an icy midnight wish, a private skate session at Dolder Grand under the stars? Was it Rihanna, Adele, Rolling Stones? Which was it? Let's see.
It was a while ago, but not that long ago.
Let's see. Okay, so 41 of us had chosen Rihanna. 22 thought it's Adele, and 37% were into Rolling Stones side. Let's see which one is the right answer. Rihanna is
Well
absolutely
done.
correct. 41% of us thought it's Rihanna, had chosen Rihanna, and it's the absolutely correct answer. Moving on, let me go to the. Okay, so it will also let me go to the next question. The craving sashimi with views, where at the Dolder Grand is Japan just a bite away? Is it Mikuria? Pardon me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Salts or blooms? It's 55% of us had chosen Mikuria.
Well done.
And
Very good.
let's see if it's the right answer. Amos said very good. So it is the right answer.
Yeah,
51 of
Salz is
us
our
were
all-day
right.
dining international restaurant, and Blooms is our vegan restaurant.
All right. Moving on, which chart-topping heartbreaker once gave a spontaneous private concert at the bar? Was it Karan Aujla? Was it Justin Bieber or The Weeknd? Let's see, let's see. 67 of us had chosen Justin Bieber. Let me, drum rolls, please. Which one is the right answer? Justin Bieber, it was Justin Bieber who had performed a spontaneous private concert. I mean, it can be expected from him. He is one of the most spontaneous artists that we know of. And that is the correct answer. Let me move on to the next question. This ruby red cocktail of gin, Campari, and vermouth gets a canvas bar twist and is the best sipped at the sunset. Which one is it? Is it the Aperol Spritz, Manhattan, or Negroni? Make sure while you also choose the answer to add these suggestions into your client's itinerary. 44% had chosen Aperol Spritz, 25% of us thought it's Manhattan, and 32% of us had chosen Negroni. Let's see which is the right answer. It was Negroni. Just so you know, Aperol Spritz is not one of the best cocktail gin here. The next question is, every year the Dolder Grand becomes a constellation of Michelin stars. In 10 years, we have celebrated with 110 Michelin star chefs. What is the gourmet event called? So there's a gourmet event wherein more than 100 Michelin stars have already celebrated it and performed. So make sure you choose the right option. The first option was Food Zurich Festival. The second was Epicure. The third was Street Parade. Which one was it? I mean, the Food Zurich Festival is one of the most obvious ones. That's why 63% of us had chosen it. Let's see if it's the right answer. It was not. The epicure is the right answer. I know we all fall for these little confusions that we showcase in front of you, but nonetheless, 31% of you didn't fall for this trick, and you were right. The epicure was the right answer. So the winner of our session today were these that are in front of our eyes. The first one who answered four questions right. Okay, so just so you know, nobody of us, none of us had chosen all five questions right. So kudos to us who has even participated in the session. It was a little tricky, a little confusing one from our side. So Manish, kudos to you. You have answered all the questions fastest. So this session is going to be obviously yours. We are going to send out the voucher to you personally in an email, and to all the people who are asking for the videos, the demo walkthrough of TBO platform. We are also going to share it in a follow-up email. So make sure you also look for the follow-up email that is going to come your way through TBO Academy. We are surely going to also give out the voucher, 2 night stay voucher to Manish. Manish, if you're here, please let us know in the chat section, because obviously not everybody wins these luxury stay at a property like Dolder Grand every day. So congratulations once again, even to the people who had participated in this very fun quiz. And before we part our ways, Amos, Ridwan from our contracting team, he has joined us a little late because of a technical glitch, but he's also here. So any parting words from both of you?
Thank you again for this opportunity. I hope we could inspire you a little bit today. Again, do reach out to me if I can support you in any way. I'm best reached via WhatsApp for immediate assistance with anything that has to do with Zurich and the Dolder Grand. Thanks to everybody who has supported us and will support us in the future. And then I will see you soon in Zurich. Thank you.
Thank you, Amos, once again. Ridwan, any parting words from you?
Thank you, Amos, and sorry if that I joined for the technical reason a little bit late. Thank you very much. From the point that I just joined, it was an amazing session actually, and I truly believe that all the participating agencies here are just like really well understood the importance of the hotel actually, because it's one of the unique hotels in Switzerland as a location, and also the property level. There are really a great perspective of the spa area and the services. Because as a contract manager, I was there, been there, done that. So by experience, I can say that if any person would love to be in a city but outside the city, this is the great location, which like luxury segment. So that's highly recommended by myself as well.
Thank you, Ridwan.
It's
Thank you.
coming from Ridwan. It's absolutely verified, I must say. Thank you so much to both of you and to our lovely audience who had been with us all through the session. This session obviously had exceeded the usual time limit of 1 hour. Thank you so much for being such a patient audience, interactive as well as lovely, as you ask very smart questions to be answered. So thank you so much once again. We'll see you in the next session. And Amos, looking forward to hosting more such session with you.
Thank you very much. Thanks to you, Anamika. Thanks,
Thank you,
Ridwan.
guys.
And thanks
Thank
to
you,
everybody.
everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Take care.
everyone.